judging yourself around being productive and everything that brought up? Whoa, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize. Yeah, so what often happens is we judge ourselves for not being productive enough. Wowza. So everywhere you've been judging yourself for not being productive enough. Ugh. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yeah. And there's a big no on that because we believe that judging ourselves about being productive is actually a contribution. Because we want to be more productive. So, of course, we would judge ourselves when we're not productive. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Wowza. And it's one of those common misperceptions. And it's something that it's been built up and we've been taught throughout our lives, is that if you judge yourself harshly enough for something, you'll change it. So everywhere you're still operating from that belief, it's most likely subconscious, that if you judge something as being wrong enough or making it bad enough, that you'll change it. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? There's still a no, but everything that is vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and so this is a big one, and I get it because I was planning to be so productive over the last year. And everywhere you were planning to be so productive over the last year. Wowza! Yeah. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and so one of the things I found, there's a couple of things we're going to talk about today. The first one is removing that judgment about not being productive enough or not doing those things. Because what I found is actually the more you judge yourself for not being productive or doing what would be a contribution, that actually makes it harder for you to change anything. Wowza. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And one of the things that I discovered, and no one else really talks about this, is a lack of motivation and procrastination is actually a symptom of being energetically attacked. Woo! So everything that brought up, wowza, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Wowza, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, out, 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 banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. So this doesn't mean that every time you don't have motivation or you have procrastination, it means you're being energetically attacked. But it's one of those ones that it can be a symptom of that. And so what I've started doing is playing This Changes Now. That's one of the energetic change releasing audios I've created because that removes that energetic forces that are messing with you, which gives you a lot more freedom to then start taking the steps you would like. Okay, so that's kind of the big part about that. And I mentioned about judging. So if you one, remove any judgments that you have about not doing what you've decided you should do. Whoa, yeah. So everywhere that's still wrong, if you've decided you should do something and you don't do it, whoa, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and so it's just one of those parts that we want to look at. So when you want to be more productive or there's something you want to do, you want to remove those judgments, remove the energetic forces that are messing with you. Whoa, do you feel all the energy on that? Yeah. And then you want to remove your own judgments that are keeping you from doing that. Yeah. And some of this is interesting too, is when we were kids, if our parents wanted us to do something, the ones that were the quote unquote good ones, they might try to bribe you, or give you a reward for doing something you didn't want to do. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so one of the things is we as an adults is sometimes we need to bribe ourselves. Yeah. So everywhere it's just wrong to bribe yourself. You're just supposed to just automatically do what's a contribution for you to do. Woo. Do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So the more you don't want to do something, it's really helpful to give yourself some sort of reward afterwards. Yeah, and it can even be something that you were planning on doing anyway, but you can just associate that reward. So if you wanted to buy some new clothes, you could give yourself like, oh, if I do this project I've been putting off, I can go out and buy those clothes. Or the same thing is like, oh, you really want to go out to dinner with your friend this weekend. So if you do this project, you can give yourself the reward of going out with your friend for dinner. And it can seem kind of weird and kind of manipulative, but it's one of those things that can really help us do things that we don't want to do. Okay, and then the next thing is when you have that inkling to do something. Woo, everything that brought up, vaporize, liquefy. So like if you have the inkling like, oh, I could work on this project a little bit, and you have that little bit that comes up, don't suppress it. Whoa, because we often do that. It's more like, oh, I could work on this project for a little bit, but it's after 5 o'clock. I kind of want to relax. Whoa. Yeah. And so that's what we want to do is like when you notice that you have that little bit of motivation or that little bit of drive to do something is to actually then do it. Yeah. And this can also be sneaky because sometimes we get this quote unquote motivation when we actually don't have time to do it. Whoa, and everything that brought up. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Wowza. Vaporize, liquefy. So that's the thing when it's like right before bed and you really don't have the time and you go, oh, I totally feel like doing this. Wowza. Everything that brought up. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Now, that often is that energetic manipulation I was talking about. Because the energetic forces that are resisting you, and I've talked about that before, it's not that they're bad or evil. They just want something different than you do. And what they want is actually for you to stay small, not feeling powerful, and not creating the change in the world that we know you can create. Woo. Okay, and so what happens is right before bed, there's really no time for you to do it. So they stop doing they stop doing a big chunk of the energetic manipulation to suppress you. And everything that brought up. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So that's one of the parts that you can kind of look at of that natural motivation that you have. Cool. Awesome. And then the other part is when you do start doing those things is not to judge yourself for doing too much. And everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Wowza. Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Because if you're like me, when I do start getting motivated to do something, I can like get so focused in it that I'll kind of like stop seeing friends. I'll stop doing other things. I'll get so into this project. Whew. And the part is not to judge yourself for that. Yeah, just be motivated, do that. And if you notice yourself going a little bit extreme, you can make some adjustments, but don't make yourself wrong for doing that because that'll reduce it in the future. And so that's one of the things that have been coming up for me. Starting about a year ago, I've been looking through and going through all my energetic change audios. So if you're new to me, I create releasing energetic change audios that embed the work I do in my private sessions, the work I do in my classes, and even the work I do on these Facebook Lives. And I create those and I increase my power as I'm going along and I learn new things. So it'd be a really contribution to every so often for me to update these audios. And I looked at that basically about a year ago. I was going to go through and update all of them. Woo! And I ended up doing several over the course of that year. And recently, over the last month, I've done 4 of them. Woo! And they actually take a lot of time and a lot of energy. But what I looked at is that intention, the intention that I started a year ago. It just took a while for that to build and to be moving into, so it was easy for me to do that. So what are all the places that you actually started to create an intention to create that positive change? So all the places that you started something that you wanted to do, or you started the energies that start putting that in place weeks, months, or even years ago, that you now can allow those energies to allow you to be more productive and actually accomplish what you would like to accomplish. Do you feel that? There's there's this pause, there's this peace. And the part is not to deny that. Because every time you say something like, oh, I was supposed to do this, I wanted to do this, blah. So all the words that you've been using that have been disempowering you, that have been keeping you from creating the change, from being the productive person that you would like to be, do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo! Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah, and so I actually just recently, my most recent completed audio is one that's creating restful and restorative sleep. Blah! So everything sleep brings up for you. Blah! That's not a contribution. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, because one thing I found is that energetically aware people, we often get messed with at night. Blah! And everything that brought up. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Now, some of this is because we're just so aware, so sensitive, that the energies of other people around us can mess with us. We just pick that up. And also is that there's potential energetic forces that can mess with us a little bit at night. Everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so my most recent update is creating restful and restorative sleep. This is version 5. So every version I make more powerful, I make easier. And this one is even extra, it's not mild, but it's soothing. So in addition to the clearings, it soothes the energy, prepares you for sleep, and helps you stay asleep. So if you're interested in that, that's something that I use most every night to help me. I'll put the link below that, and you can check that out. So what's everything in the way that's preventing you from having a good or even a great and productive week? So everything having a productive week means, so everything you've decided having a productive week means, that having a productive week actually doesn't mean, and everything you decide having a productive week doesn't mean that having a productive week actually does mean. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So what awareness, energy, and frequency can you and your body be to have a good or even a great and maybe even a productive week? Receive, receive, receive. So I'm Max Riggs, energetic awareness coach and energy healer, and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.